Hi there everybody and welcome back to the Blossom Crochet channel. My name is Rebecca, and if this is your first time visiting, then just click the button to subscribe and also click the little bell icon so that you can receive notifications. So in this step-by-step tutorial I will be showing you how to make this amazing almond ridge stitch. I will be showing you the row repeats and also how to get a straight top and bottom to your work. It's a really wonderful textured stitch. I'm hoping you can see that there. It really is very 3D, very textured. So this is what I would consider to be the front, and then this is what the back looks like. So the back is very nice as well. You can't quite see the definition of the stitches, but it really is a beautiful stitch. So you can really see that definition on the front there that you get with this pattern. It's a very dense, close pattern. There's not gaps at all. It's a really good one for textured baby blankets, or even obviously larger blankets and afghans as well. But you could even use this for a scarf or a dish scrubby, literally anything that you want. It's a really versatile stitch. So the sample I've done here is just the done in Shapey's Stonewashed XL. And I've used a 5.5mm hook. I have gone up a half hook size just so that the end result isn't really firm. I wanted it to still have a bit of flexibility. So let's just crack on with the almond ridge stitch. So I'm going to be using a hook size that is just a half size bigger than what the yarn recommends. So the Shapey's Stonewash recommends a 5, but I'm going to be using a 5.5mm hook. So you're going to start with your slip knot as always, and for this one you want to work in multiples of 8. So the width that you want your project to be, and make sure it's a multiple of 8. So yarn over, pull through. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if you just work your foundation chain, and I will meet you in just a second. Okay, so once you've completed your foundation chain, you want to add an additional 5 chains to the end. So it doesn't matter how many you've got right now, you want an additional 5 on the end of your multiples of 8. Okay, so because we want to start and end with straight rows, we are going to work the foundation row as follows. So remember, I'm going to be using UK terminology, so when I say a half treble in the US terms, just remember that's a half double. So into the second chain from the hook, so you never count the loop on the hook, we've got 1 and 2, and you're going to slip stitch into that second chain. Make sure that you don't do this tight, otherwise it's going to make it really tricky to work your stitches in as we come back along on our next row. Okay, and then into the next 3 stitches as well. So you'll insert your hook, yarn over and pull through the loop on your hook. So that's 2 slip stitches. We want 2 more, so 1 into the next 2 stitches. So pull through both loops and a final 4th slip stitch. Okay, and then you're going to work 4 half trebles, so 1 half treble into the next 4 chains. So remember, these are half double in US terms. So yarn over, insert into that next chain, yarn over and pull up, and you'll have these 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over, pull through all those loops. So that's 1, yarn over, insert into the next chain, yarn over and pull up. You've got your 3 loops, yarn over, pull through all of those loops. 2 more, so 1 into the next 2 stitches, it's 3, and final half treble. Okie dokie. So you're going to repeat that all the way along. You're now going to go back to your 4 slip stitches. So 1 slip stitch into the next 4 chains. Remember, don't do them too tightly. 2, 3, and 4, and then your 4 half trebles again. So 1 half treble into the next 4 chains. It's 2, 3, and 4. So if you just work your way all the way to the other end, and I will meet you when you get there. Okay, so you should be finishing with your 4 slip stitches, and that is how you should look at this point. It doesn't really look like very much, does it yet? So we're going to turn our work. So that is our foundation row set up now, and now we're going to go into the pattern repeat. So this next row now is the start of our pattern repeat. So forget that row that you've just done, and we're just going to class that as our setup or foundation row. And this row that we're doing now is the start of our 4-row repeat. So you want to chain 1, but that's never going to count as a stitch. And we're going to start with half trebles again. So we've got our 4 slip stitches. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 slip stitches. And you will have to turn your work to see them because they will sit facing the other way. And we're going to be working now for the entirety of this project into the back loop only. So if I just take my hook out for a second, and if I just turn here, you can see each stitch has got this V. So this one is your front loop, and then this one is your back loop. So we want back loops of every stitch now for the rest of this whole project. So we're going to start in this very first slip stitch just here, so straight away where your working end is coming up from. As I say, you will need to turn it to find all of these V's. It might be a little bit tricky at first. And we're going to half treble into the back loop of this very first stitch. So yarn over. Okay, so we're in the back loop of that first slip stitch. You're going to yarn over and pull up and complete your half treble as normal. So you may want to pop a stitch marker into the top of that stitch that you've just done, just so that you know exactly where your row will end as you come back next time. So that's our first back loop half treble. So you want one into the next 3 stitches as well, so into every slip stitch that we had. So it's always going to be worked in groups of 4. So that was our first one, into the next 3 stitches as well. That's 2. So back loop. 3. And 4. And then you're going to switch to your back loop only slip stitch. So 1 slip stitch into the back loop of the next 4 stitches, and then again 1 back loop half treble into the next 4 stitches, and you'll just repeat that all the way along. So your 4 half trebles and then your 4 slip stitches, and always back loop only. So back to your slip stitches now, and if you just repeat that all the way along, and I will meet you at the other end. Okay, so you should be finishing with the same as what we started with your 4 back loop half trebles. So again, we're going to chain 1 and turn our work, and then we're going to work the exact same row again. So even though it's a 4-row repeat, the first 2 rows are the same, and then the second 2 rows are the same as each other. So like I say, it's a 4-row repeat, but it's quite a simple one. So again, you're going to do exactly what you did in the last row. You're going to start with back loop only half trebles. So you want 4 back loop only half trebles starting in that very first stitch. Again, mark the top of that stitch if you wish. 2, 3, so that's our 4 half trebles. You then want 4 back loop only slip stitches, and again you'll just repeat that all the way to the end of this row. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then you're back to your 4 half trebles. So if you just work that again all the way along, and I will meet you for the second part. So again, you want to be finishing with your 4 half trebles in the back loop, and that is how you should be looking at this point. At the moment it is hard to see the pattern. This is actually the back, so when we turn it over, that side will be the front, but as you work it up it gets much more defined. Okay, so chain 1 and turn again, and then we're actually going to swap over now. So instead of starting with our 4 back loop half trebles, you're going to start with your 4 back loop slip stitches. So again, now these next 2 rows will be the same as each other. So back loop only slip stitch, starting in that very first stitch. Again, mark the stitch if you wish. So 4 back loop slip stitches. And then you've probably guessed it, 4 back loop half trebles. And that again is your repeat for this row. So 4 back loop half trebles, and then 4 back loop slip stitches. Okay, so if you want to work that all the way along, and I will meet you at the other end again in just a second. So again, you should be finishing with whatever you started your row with, so this time we're finishing with 4 slip stitches. Again, we are going to chain 1 and turn, and then you're going to repeat that row that you've just done. So you're going to start with your 4 back loop slip stitches in that very first stitch. 1, 2, and 4. It can be a bit fiddly with your slip stitches, but okay, so you're ready again now to go back to your 4 half trebles in the back loop, and you'll just repeat that all the way along, and I'll meet you at the end of your row in just a second. And then again you'll finish with your 4 slip stitches into the back loop. 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and then again you're going to go right back to the beginning of your pattern repeat. So you can see now we're starting to get that texture building up, and you're going to go back now to that very first part of our pattern repeat. You'll start with your 4 half trebles and then 4 slip stitches, and you will continue to work those 4 rows until your project is however long you want it to be. And then for your very final row, once you've got to that point when it's as big as it wants to be, I would always suggest finishing with 1 row now of this first row of your repeat. So repeat it as many times as you like, and then finish with an extra row 1, and that will just straighten off your piece perfectly. So I really do hope that you have enjoyed the tutorial. If you have, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. But I will see you for another tutorial really soon. Bye for now.